Welcome to Newswire, news for Nebraska's farmers and ranchers. Dealing with labor shortages is nothing new for farmers and ranchers. But as the COVID pandemic continues, communities across the state and country are feeling the strain left by the lack of workers, which has many asking, where have all the workers gone?
Our labor force participation rate, both in the US and Nebraska, is off about 1.5%. And the St. Louis Fed estimates nationwide, that's about 4.2 million people that are missing from the workforce that at one time prior to COVID had been in the workforce. So,
Nebraska Farm Bureau senior economist Jay Rempe says there isn't a silver bullet to explain why more people are choosing not to work now versus prior to COVID.
When we look at where workers have gone, we kind of divide them into three categories. There's those that are in the prime working age, which we consider 24 to 59, somewhere in that range. There are folks that, for whatever reason, just decided that they're not passionate about what they're doing, and they're going to stop working for a while, try to figure out what life holds for them, and then maybe come back in. There are parents who lost their daycare during COVID that decided that one of them likes staying home with the kids, and they're not going to come back to the workforce.
Rempe says those who worked in industries like hospitality may have been laid off during the first wave of COVID and have chosen not to return due to the stress and lack of flexibility. And there are others who have health concerns.
Then there's the other group, and that would be the 55 and over that have decided, hey, you know what, with COVID and everything, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to retire early and kind of enjoy life. And we kind of call it the Great Retirement. And I think there's been some estimates that we've had upwards of more than 2 million people that normally would be in the workforce that have now decided to retire for the time being.
Rempe says slowing immigration due to COVID border restrictions has also contributed to the labor shortage. And he says the local co-op isn't the only place farmers and ranchers will deal with these shortages.
But where we're really going to see it, I think, is in the transportation sectors. Lack of truck drivers right now. We've got a shortage of truck drivers, the port workers and the folks on the exports. So that's slowing down some of our exports shipping out of the country. And so that's where we're going to see some of the impact. I think in the processing sector, we rely heavily on some immigrant labor.
Even as Nebraska's unemployment rate drops to historical lows, help wanted signs can be easily spotted in any town.
So basically in Nebraska, we're sitting at full employment. The jobs are out there. It's just that we don't have the people to fill those jobs right now. And so there's going to be some issues to try to work through for a while. And it's going to slow down, I think, unfortunately, it's going to slow down our economic growth a little bit just because we don't have the people to do the jobs that we need.
Thanks for watching Newswire. For more stories like this, visit nefb.org and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.